What's good, YouTube? Here's your boy Slow Boy BK, and today, guys, I will be teaching you how to install your N2mb racing wide open throttle two-step, whatever the hell you want to call it, box. So the easiest stuff to do is to take out the battery, take out the battery tray, remove this little fan or radiator cover, and get you a 7/16 rubber grommet. Already got it in place. It's right there. And once again, they do print out a little loadout for the years and make models of your car, so I will be showing you the forms as well in this video as well. You'll start by routing this harness in through that little grommet, or we gotta take out this little mat. It should be a grommet that go outwards, and we also gotta jack up the car, take off this wheel and fender liner so we can actually feed it through there. Right here is where we want to puncture a hole at, so we actually feed the wires up and into this. And you come in here, you can see the grommet right there, so that'll stop it from fraying against the metal, so down the line all that vibration won't cause it to tear through and fuck up the wires over time. All right, so guys, it's gonna be like a little, let me just reconstruct this real quick. Right there, you just snip that off, and now you got room to route the wires in there. But we gonna leave this dangling just so we can actually route them in there. On the actual harness, you want to leave that black wire out. That's the ground wire. That's why it's short, because you go want to ground that inside the cabin. And I'm just about to loom these wires up real nice and neat so it look professional. All right, so we somewhat got it loomed up, not all the way though. This is actually like some thicker tape, but we go hit that with some electrical tape up top, or we might try to fish it through the loom too, so we gonna see how we can do this. But yeah, that's what it's looking like now. Pretty cool. This is where I set the ground at. The ground is right there, so that's like an 8, that's an 8 mil. Just take that off, ground it right there, and you all set to go. Just to give you guys an update, it did get dark on me, so this is how we had a box routed. Go set this light down here, and as you can see, it is fed to that grommet up there, as you can see. All right, now we back to all the easy peasy shit. We got everything routed, but we got all the easy peasy stuff out the way. Excuse me, we got everything routed. Watt box is down there. And we started with the top T connector first, because that's the first one they show in the directions. A lot of guys got some questions talk about how the fuck do I know which pin is which pin. So on these connectors, you got to take off that cover. It has numbers on it, as you can see, 35. That's the set of 35. And if we come over here, that's pin 23 right here. They got 11 holes up there. They got 23 holes on that second row. And that last hole right there is 23. That second hole right there is 22. And that black mark on there is 21. So that is the shit you need to splice into on the top connector. So this green wire coming from the MSD box will go to that one with the marker. That'll be pin 21. So these are the splice connectors I'm talking about right here. You just tap into the wire without cutting it. We trimmed it up a little bit. It's still pretty fucking long, so it still reaches towards the front end of the car and like by the radiator in an AC condenser. So thing about these butt connectors is you don't have to strip the wire. You just clip it down. You just clip it down and go. So that butt connector, you just clip it down and go. And yeah, it's hella easy to test. So let's get into it. All right, and a quick tip too, if you got some pliers to actually help you pinch it and actually go all the way in, because that thing's supposed to seat completely flat like that, and that's how you know it's in there. So we are now working on the middle T connector. So this yellow wire here is going to go, this yellow wire is going to get tapped in a 13 pin, and starting at the top, it's gonna say one of that top left-hand corner. It's kind of dirty, and it's gonna be 1 through 17 pins up top. And where you see that black Sharpie at, that black marker, that is pin 13. So that is the pin you are going to tap into with this yellow wire coming from the MSD box. All right, so coming here, as you guys can see, we got the bottom T connector tapped into. This one was a pain in the ass to get to. So I marked it with that black Sharpie so you can see it. That's the wire. It's gonna be a blue and white wire, and that blue wire gotta go to that blue and white wire. That makes sense. So what I did, I basically followed the damn thing, wrapped it around, took off the ground, this ground here, because it's attached to that wire as well. Took off this ground here. Let me get a good view. Took off this ground here that was right here, and I just unwrapped it and pulled it up a little bit, and I was able to access it right over here. Once you take off the fuse box, all you got to do is pull these tabs up, take this damn screw off right here, so you get this off, get this little ground off. Once you got that ground off, this is the wire you're going to tap into right here. This is your 40 amp fuse or your 15/8 fuse. This green and yellow wire right there. You want to cut that, and then you'll splice this red one into that one. And I believe once that's spliced off, you use this orange one to splice in to the end that you cut that's coming from the harness. If that makes sense. I'm gonna repeat it again. You'll cut this yellow green wire right here. Let me actually readjust this shit because it's not sticking. You'll cut this green and yellow wire right here. Let me get you a visual, a clear visual, so you know which where to go. That wire right here, you go snip that. You'll take this red wire, connect it to the piece that's coming from the fuse box, and then you're gonna take your orange wire, if I'm not mistaken, and you're gonna snip that to the piece that's coming from the harness. You should be all set. Yeah, or the yellow and green 15 amp you go cut, okay? You'll cut that, give you enough room where you got an even wire where you can get to them both easily and actually attach them on there. So you go cut it. You'll literally cut it. So take the red wire, connect it to the piece that's coming from the fuse box. And then the orange wire, the piece that you cut, the yellow and green coming from the harness itself, that's where the orange wire go connect to. So this wire right here, or this orange wire right here, is connected to the harness. So this wire goes straight to this orange go into the yellow and green wire coming from the harness. The red one goes into this yellow and green one coming off the fuse box. So everything is hooked up. The car does start. The box is on, so that's cool. We still gotta come up and clean this shit up though. We taking the truck today, so fuck it. But everything just loosely put back in here. Everything a hot fucking mess. But we got it in. We just about to set this shit up and see if we do that. Do. And if we do that, we straight. Guys, now setting up the N2mb watt box. This is how you're gonna do it. I'm gonna leave a link to download the software in the description below. But once you download it, you're gonna pop up a file like this in your downloads. You'll click driver. It's gonna say extract or run. You'll click run. Since mine's already installed, I'm not gonna click run. But I fucked up. And then once you install it, it's gonna say install successful. You'll drag Wattbox software 4.8 down here onto the home page. Once you click on it, it's gonna say you might have to update it. And make sure that's plugged in once you open up the software first. And it's gonna ask you to update, boom. And once you update, it should say 4.8. And then you'll click read. And depending on it, it might not bring up that RPM resource, but if it don't, you just go click on forward, and then you go press right. Boom. Then once it's written in, you go enable the RPM, set that to 1500, and press right again. Start up the car and see does it limit you to 1500 RPM. So once you do that, you know it is set up all the way, and then you could disable that rev limiter. Let's see, you go click on it, disable that, and you go set up everything exactly how mine's set up, except the no lift shift. You go click on auto, you'll click enable and auto, right? You'll set everything up exactly how mine's is set up. So get a clear visual, pause it, and set it up exactly how mine's is, and then you go click right. Okay, program successful. And make sure the keys on the auxiliary on, where you see that light pop on. and bam, it's gonna put you at 350. So that's really slow. You could mess with that if you're a slow shifter. I recommend you keep it on auto. If you're not that good at shifting yet, I recommend you keep it on auto, so you get used to it. And then once you get good, you can take it off auto. You can change it, go 250. Boom. Go to right. Go to OK. And boom, now you at 250. Now it's gonna be a little bit quicker. Then you wanna go faster, you only go to 225. You go click right. I press enter. You go click right though. And once you write it, boom, 225. That's the fastest, that's the lowest you go want it to go. That's the lowest you go want it to go. You don't want to go no lower than 220, 225. You're going to keep it at 225. So you can fuck with your settings or your RPMs if you want it to go higher or lower. All depends on you. As you follow these steps, these 5 easy steps, you should be able to install this damn N2mb watt box. So appreciate y'all guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how I helped y'all. Peace.
I think I'm falling for you.